guys? This is Rise and welcome to another video. The Great League is back in action and I've got a couple of teams that I'm going to showcase to you guys today and tomorrow, maybe over the weekend. And these are going to be slightly shorter videos. I've got 3 teams for you that all have a common theme. They're double weak to something in the lead, but they all prove to be sort of effective. And it's kind of a statement that your team doesn't always need perfect coverage. I think it's better to have as much coverage as possible, obviously, so you're not leaving yourself super vulnerable to a tough lead. But we're going to run teams that are double weak to things in the lead and show that you can find some win cons even despite some tricky leads. So we've got 3 videos, each of them, actually no, 2 videos are only going to be one set. Maybe I'll try and get some more sets in with the third team. So we have a longer video, so we just keep it at 2 shorter ones. But this first team is Ferrothorn, Sableye, Medicham. I was seeing lots of Swampert, Skarmory teams, and Ferrothorn obviously is a really good counter to Swampert and can hold its own against Skarmory as well, since you have access to Thunder. So without further ado, we lead into the Obstagoon, game number 1. We are double weak to this Obstagoon. We're going to swap in Sableye, and you would be surprised, Sableye is actually not that bad against Obstagoon. It's pretty comfortable, right? It's pretty comfortable for Obstagoon because you're not really threatened by anything other than this return. So if they shield this, which they do, not great for us. Another move is going to come through here from Goon. Night Slash chunks us. You're going to see me make a critical error here. I commit to the return and I don't live that next counter. So getting off that foul play would have been really nice, because it would have got the Obstagoon into like Power Whip range. And the thing here is this is tricky, right? Because if you have an Obstagoon lead, you're almost certainly going to have some sort of Medicham answer in back. So in my opinion, if I swap out my Medicham here, it's not going to have a good matchup in the back. This is really awkward for me. I also know the Obstagoon has energy. And if I just throw my Power Whip right away, I'm just going to get shredded by the Goons. So this is just a horrible situation. I shield just because, and it's CMP, which is worst case scenario. So I think I had kind of conceded in my head, which I don't recommend you do. Always see the game through. I'm going to try and call a Night Slash or something, but he smartly goes for Cross Chop, and we're going to top left. It's a Trevenant and back. It didn't even let us top left. So we get to open the video with Rise getting absolutely shredded. Ferrothorn into Dragonite. I think this is another tough one, back to back. Gonna swap in our Medicham. And the reason I swap in the Medicham is I was thinking in my head it's bulkier. Maybe if I play out the 2 shield, it'll be pretty close. But you see these Dragon Breaths are actually so oppressive that Medicham's not even going to get to a 3rd Ice Punch if I commit this shield. This puts me in a tough spot. Puts me in a pretty tough spot. I go for another Ice Punch. Unfortunately, I'm going to get Dragon Breath down. You might be wondering why I do this here, and the reason is I wanted to do 1 Bullet Seed and then catch a Superpower on Sableye. However, the Dragonite was only 2 Dragon Breaths away. I needed it to be 3 Dragon Breaths away. So 1 turn there makes it pretty rough for us. We swap in, and this is game over. Assuming the Escav has Mega Horn, this is not going to be fun for Sableye. So if I had swapped my Sableye into the Dragonite, that probably would have been better, because my Shadow Claws would have done more. But yeah, our Ferrothorn just got shredded. Okay, 2 horrible losses in a row to start the video. Now we have a good lead. Dunsparce usually running Rollout as well as Drill Run and Rock Slide. So we're going to resist its fast move. Its fast moves are doing virtually nothing to us, and these Drill Runs are going to slowly chip away. Needs about 3 to take us out, it appears. Oh, here's something I remember. I was thinking in the moment, does Thunder do more raw damage than Power Whip? I actually don't know off the top of my head, so this might be really dumb. Based off how that looked, it appears it might have done less. You know what? Let's pause the video. Let's find out together now. I'm always like, let me know in the comments, what does more, a Power Whip or a Thunder? If I go to pvpoke.com, or maybe it'd be easier if I showed you guys my phone. Let's see if this works. If I show you guys my phone, if I hide this, we bring the iPhone into play. David Goggins, I was Googling about him apparently. Go to pvpoke.com and we can look at Ferrothorn versus Dunsparce, just as an example. We can click down here and see the percentages of how much each move does. So a Power Whip does 37% or 68 damage, and a Thunder does 34 damage. So this is good for me to know in the future that even though Thunder is a more energy expensive move, because of that same type attack bonus of Ferrothorn, Power Whip actually does more damage than the Thunder. So absolutely zero reason for Rise to be throwing the Power Whip there. But at least now he knows for the future. And we're going to fast forward back to the battle that we had. This video is all over the place. This video is all over the place, chat. It's rusty. It's because I took a 2-day break. I forgot how to make videos. So here we go. Rise throwing the Thunder because he's an absolute noob. Imagine if I had Power Whip, dude. That would have been so much more comfortable. Maybe we'll pretend it was, like, calculated. We'll pretend it was calculated. So I got extra farm. Our opponent swaps in Trevenant. Luckily, we have a Sableye to greet this. Trevenant lead is really tough for this team as well. So it's a good thing we're seeing it here, since it hard beats our other two. This is only a Seed Bomb, so this is not the end of the world. I do decide to not undercharge this, just because if I undercharge, like, the Shadow Claws start to become threatening. So I just decide to take it out. I go for a bait here. I figured they might be inclined to shield since they still have 2 shields in play and a return would hurt. But they let it go. Wow, what a savage call. I bank a foul play for later since I figure I could potentially use it on the Dunsparce. And now a move's coming through. We are shieldless. Azu still has 2 shields. I know I have energy on Ferrothorn, so I'm thinking maybe I just go for the Psychic here. If I can just guarantee shields, I can probably get to 2 Power Whips on Ferrothorn since it has energy. Another move is going to take us out here. And now this is a little bit scary, right? Because this Azu has residual energy. So we're going to come in with Ferro. I'm going to wait for them to do a bubble. As, like, mid-bubble, I throw my Power Whip to not allow the catch. But they're about to get to a move. I have to catch. And we make the catch on our 1 HP Sableye. Very nice. Ice Beam coming through. We're aware that they're probably going to try and catch on their Dunsparce. So I just commit to the Bullet Seed down. And then I get a little bit schmancy here. A little bit silly. I've got 2 Power Whips. So I'm like, why not throw them both? So no bubble on the first Power Whip. And then we charge our second Power Whip to take out Azumarill. Great battle there. Made a nice catch on the Sableye in the end game. Opponent also made a terrific bait call. Okay, Weezing. We are like triple weak to this thing. So this is horrible. I was like, what the heck do I do? I like stayed in for a second. I'm like, I can't stay in. But like, what do I switch to? So I swap it to Sableye. They go for the overheat and dip. In comes their own Sableye. And I'm like, okay, at least my Medicham is avoiding this. The thing is, I can't go down. I can't use my second shield here because then that Weezing is just going to sweep my back line. So I really can't afford to shield here. I decide to throw it the last second because if they let it go, I don't want to give the Weezing a ton of farm. So I come in here with Pharaoh. I'm going to commit to a Bullet Seed down. I know I have to let this go through. The Weezing is waiting for us. I get the Bullet Seed down, which is pretty nice. In comes Weezing. I think I lagged a turn there, which allowed him to get 3 Fairy Winds, which is really unfortunate. I throw this on poor timing just because I want to make sure I get it off before I have to commit a shield. I do get the final shield, which is nice. And at this point, I'm like, okay, if he wants to overheat me, I'll let him overheat me, and I'll put it all on Medicham. They go for the Sludge Bait, and they swap in a Trev. I'm like, oh no, this is bad. And I'm like, what the heck do I do here? I shield. The thing is, he started 2 ahead, so he's actually going to get to this next Shadow Ball as I would get to 2 Ice Punches, but he settles for the Seed Bomb. He settles for the Seed Bomb. I go for Ice Punch. I have back-to-back, but the tricky thing is I don't want to give this Weezing extra farm, so I let the Trevenant do another Shadow Claw. I undercharge, thinking maybe I could get like a Simul, but no. And yeah, I lose CMP, so I figured I'd go for the Thunder anyway. And that's a GG. I guess I should have power up would have been enough there, so I might as well just go for the Power Whip. So it didn't matter, but no reason to go for Thunder there, actually. Ferrothorn into Mr. Licky. It's always nice when one of your backmons is avoiding something in the lead. That would be tough for it. So, for example, our Sableye would really struggle against this Lickitung. Whereas Ferrothorn actually has a pretty even matchup here. It's surprisingly a matchup that Licky's normally going to win, just because these Licks add up so much. And Licky just kind of outbulks our Ferrothorn. I might have gone over 100 there, so a bit of a mistake, but not the end of the world. I attempt to catch a Body Slam, but he didn't throw immediately, which is kind of weird. I guess he was planning that I would probably throw. Oh my god, what? Comes in with a Medicham against our Sableye? I mean, I'll take it. I'll take it, but kind of an odd play. Definitely not going to shield the first one. Pups us. I throw here to avoid, like, if he's running Pup Ice Punch, which is kind of rare, but I figured it might be possible. He actually shields, and I'm like, okay, at this point, like, I'm just going to let this go. Sableye did his job. I considered shielding, because, like, we snipe, we bank a foul play, which is really nice, and there's a Nidoqueen in back, so this is GG's. Yeah, I think you definitely, if you're the opponent, come in with Nido there against the Sableye. Like, I know you're double weak, and we land a Psychic for a GG. I know you're double weak to the Sableye, but I think you definitely come in with the Nido, just because Medi really struggles. And, ladies and gentlemen, we got a sneak peek at the Double Bunny team, which will be featured in the next video. But yeah, like I said, just kind of a short and sweet video with a team idea. I don't know if my point in the beginning of the video actually was valid, because we did see a couple of tough leads that we were double weak to, and we did end up losing those games. But honestly, I felt like there were some win cons there if I had played better. But anyway, a short and sweet video with Ferrothorn, Sableye, Medicham. I think you could probably adjust this team maybe with like a Trevenant lead. I guess that'd be really weak to like Charm, because then you only have a neutral answer. So yeah, definitely probably ways to make this team a little bit better. But overall, I had some fun with it, and you're going to see the Double Bunny team in action in the next video. If you guys enjoyed this content, feel free to leave a like, subscribe if you are new, comment down below. All comments help the algorithm. And that said, thank you for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.